Hi beautiful people, welcome to Kate's Space. My name is Kate from Pixie Designs and this is my space, my craft space and happy place. Thanks for joining me today for Christmas Craft Off 2023, the collaboration run by Rach and Bella Crafts. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. I have certainly spent a lot of time sitting and watching all these very inspiring Christmas videos. Now, the easiest way, if you are just catching up on this, is to go below into the description box and find the links and go from there and start with the first one. Rachel and Bella Crafts kind of kicks it off and explains the whole situation. So today is the 26th and I am with the lovely Rhonda from JOYjuntique, and we have got the prompt of, where are we, 26 Christmas photos of old. I love using photos in my projects, so that is fantastic. So it's a huge collaboration, all these wonderful creators, makers and artists making Christmas things using the wonderful kit that Rachel has provided for us. I have printed out a few of the pieces. I was particularly drawn, I loved so much of it, but I really love these kind of really muted, shabby printouts. So I've printed these out and that's mainly what I'm going to be creating with. And then I sourced a kit from Etsy, from tailor-made journals for my photos, so my old Christmas photos. Now there's a huge prize draw. You have to like and comment on every video that is in the playlist, and then you go into the draw to win a gazillion prizes. So that is fantastic. So yeah, everything will be listed below and that will guide you with your with your watching the videos, where to purchase the kit, the freebies and all that sort of thing. So I had a little play around. I made this little slide. This is a sample die and I love it. I've used it a bit. I actually saw Danielle from Sage and Evelyn Avenue, is it? She made a Christmas wrapping station and I love the way she'd put the eyelets in the corners. I know that it's been done before, but that just reminded me of another way to do that. So I made one of those. You know how much I love envelopes, so we're going to make an envelope. And inside, this is just sort of my prototype. Inside is a tag with a little photo charm that we're going to make. And then a little floating pocket, little shabby floating pocket here with a tag. And I did make this, but we won't have time. This is just a little glassine bag, sort of a start of a journal. So a little glassine bag cover. And inside I watched Heather from Ruby and Pearls. I watched her video, the Christmas Craft Off video that she did with the tuck spots, and I kind of followed along with that. It's a great video, so if you haven't seen that one, head along. Okay, let's get cracking. So for the envelope, I have actually joined two digitals together. I could have just printed on both sides, but I decided I wanted to make the envelope a little bit heavier. I have a template, and this is from the Graphics Fairy. So I'm basically going to draw around that. And I want this piece at the end. So I'm going to push this right down and over. And then I'm just going to draw around this and then cut it out. Okay, so we have our envelope. Now I'm going to just get the pencil marks off. What's it like at your place? Is it cold, hot, snowing? How wonderful. Not that we'd be happy if it was snowing here. We're still waiting. Parts of the country here, like us, are still waiting for the summer to arrive. Although I guess it's not the 1st of December yet, so officially it's still spring. But we've just had about a week of rain, and so to see the sunshine this morning is wonderful. So I'm hoping to get out in the garden later and plant some vegetables and some sweet pea flowers, because I want some flowers growing. And I know I've left it all a bit late, but honestly it's been so wet and miserable. I'll just have a garden late. They're promising us a very hot summer and a drought, but we're all kind of going yeah, when, but we'll see. So I'm just going to bend these bits up. So obviously if you just print the print on both sides, or you could just leave it white inside. I just didn't want it to be white on the inside. I was going to line it with something like some ledger or some tea stain paper, but then I decided, oh no, I'll just use one of the prints that Rachel has designed. They're beautiful. So yeah, it does make it a little bit more of a bulky envelope. I'm okay with that. I printed, actually when I was sort of playing around with what I was going to do, I printed some of these on some tea dyed / coffee dyed paper, and they came up really beautiful and sort of shabby and muted, and I really liked the look of that. Actually, my printer wasn't overly impressed with me putting the paper through, but it managed. Only chewed up one piece. The only thing is, because it's a bit wrinkly, you get a bit of head strike, so you might get a little bit of the black on it. That's probably the only thing. Okay, so there we go. We've got our envelope with a good old crease and a little bit more ink. So yeah, I love this these dots and stripes that she's done. Okay, right, then what I need to remember to do is these bits at the back before I sew my envelope up. And basically I've punched out 2 circles with this little punch here. This one is a 5/8 of an inch, and it's just, I just used some scraps of the some of the Christmas paper, and I've backed it onto coffee dyed, or it might be tea dyed, whatever, stained manila folder, and they're going to go here and here. So you can have 2 that go like that, or you could just have 1 that you wind, and you wind the string right around the envelope, but I just want it winding at the back. So I'm just going to mark sort of approximately where I want my thing to go. So yeah, about there. And then find the sharp tool here, and I'm just going to try and get it as in the center as I can. There we go. And then I'm going to put in a little brad. It doesn't really matter what color they are too much, I guess, but I do like the silver, or gold or silver would be nice, but I don't think I've got that. Right, so let's just poke the little paper fastener through those 2 holes. And that holds our little circly thing on. Yep, that's not right in the middle, but I didn't think it would be. So again here, I'm just going to put that sort of in the center-ish. About there, I think. And again, poke a hole through there. Ooh, it's stiff. There we go, got it. Didn't get my finger, so that's all good. try and find one that looks kind of the same. Find the hole. Right, so that's our way of doing it up. Yep, completely off center. Never mind. That is just the way it is. Right, and then I need to decide what color string I want to use. Right, and now we decorate the front of our envelope. And what we have for that is some of this. We need the photo. This is my photo. And that is going to go on a piece of this. So just to create some layers, I'm going to back it onto this paper here. I wonder if I just want it on there. I think I want a little bit of the pinky red showing through here. So that's where I'm going to put the photo. Just give it a little bit of a border. So I'll tear across here. Try and make it a little bit straight. Since I didn't do so well with my circles. And here. And a bit of ink. I don't know if the power tool in the background, whether you can hear that or not. It's obviously doing some, the neighbour's obviously doing some gardening. Hopefully it's not too loud. Shouldn't be a problem. Right, so there we go. We've got her on that little bit there, so that's a layer. And then we are going to put some lace and some cheesecloth behind her. So I've got a piece of cheesecloth and I'm just going to lay that on there and cut it up here. I don't know if the cheesecloth will tear, and then I'm just going to try and fray it all up so it's looking a bit more raggedy. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there, and then some lace to have poking out. Okay, so I've got this lace here that I've just been using and cutting, so we'll use this. And that kind of sits under here. And those are our layers. Right, I think we'll glue her down. I might just rough up the edges of this photo a little bit. I'll see how that looks. I don't know. I haven't got another one, so I don't want to wreck it, but I kind of want it to look old. This photo is printed on just some gloss photo. Well, I presume it's gloss photo paper that we found. Barb and I, well, Barb found it. My friend Barb found it at a Nop Shop thrift store when we were thrift shopping. And I was going to put some gold around the photo, but one thing is I don't think the gold patinating wax sticks to the photo, the gloss photo paper, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, right, let's glue it down. I can glue, I'm pretty sure the photo will glue with some glue stick. Now I have, because I've got a few projects I want to get done in one video, I may edit this a bit, so there'll be bits like gluing and things like that that maybe I'll edit out just so that we can get the video done. Okay, now the glue for the fabric, if I just put lots of glue on the back of here, it should also glue the this down, although probably just need to do a little bit like this. Just do that. That should work, and then we'll just pop this on top, and that should got a little bit of wiggle room, so we'll put this on, maybe up a little bit. Okay. We go, little photo envelope to go in your journal, the Christmas journal. Then I did have a piece of this one that I used to stamp on, but I mean you could use anything. I'm just seeing if I've got one somewhere that I want to use. On my scraps, I'd rather use my scraps. Let's just stamp on here. So I've got a sample date stamp. It's the only December one, so I use it a lot at Christmas. Let's just stamp it on here. And then tear it. It's not straight, so I'll just tear it a bit wonky. We'll tear it bigger than we need it, and then we can tear it down. I'm going to tear that edge off. So there we go, we've got a little label, just a little rough label. And again, you could layer that up with some book page or tea-dyed paper, so it had a bit more so it was a bit more strong, I guess. Put a little pin in there. Safety pins, here's one, just sitting here waiting to be used. So we could actually put a little pin in there, and then you could hang something from it. Okay, so I'll glue that on. Don't want to spend too much time thinking, second guessing myself. I just want that to be a little bit wrinkly. Or not that bit. There we go. The thing is, if these sides are not, oh yeah, they're pretty well glued down, but if you felt like you wanted to tuck something else under there before you've completely finished, or before you put it in your journal, so you can have this, say, in your box of ephemera, and you might want to add something to it. So let's choose some string for for this, I think I'll just go with some gold. Which I have here. Okay, oh, we need to glue. Should we glue the envelope up now? We can be committed, I think. I think I've done everything I need to do. When I was doing the other one, I glued it all together and realised I wanted to put that brad in. And I'd already closed up the envelope, which... Okay, so there we go. I'm going to tie the string around this top one. I'll just keep that one. I could hang something on that actually. But then people will think that's the one you unwind maybe, and then wind this around. So yeah, I might hang something on that. I'm not sure at this stage, but there we go. So there we have an envelope. Now we need to put something in our envelope. And that is going to be this tag that I made. So I just made that on some manila folder that I have dyed. So it is about 3 1/4 inches, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 3/4 tall. There we go. And 3 1/2 wide. 1, 2, 3 1/2 wide. And that should fit nicely into the envelope. Now we're going to collage on here. So I did use scraps for this, and the base is the leftover from the inside of the envelope. Now the only thing I didn't think about, of course, this is double-sided now, so it's going to be quite bulky, but that's all right. It's a tag. So it really doesn't matter if it's a bit firmer. I don't mind that. But yeah, it will be... I'm just going to tear these bits off. And I do want that nice sort of red at the top. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit. So I've got it like that. I mean, you could fold it over the back. I haven't really done anything at the back. So I'll do that for now. And then I will just tear this bit off. Okay. So that's that. And then I had this bit here. And this bit here. So I'm going to tear this piece out. So how do we do this? Doesn't really matter. I can do it however I want, can't I? So I think I'm going to go across here. And I want this piece sort of here. Again, I'll just fold it back and then I can give an idea of what I'm doing. So this is a great way to use up your scraps at the end of a project. And then my 25 is going across here. And then I had a little Christmas tree to go down the bottom. There we go. It's got a little... Okay, this one. So there's our collage. Happy with that. So I'm going to start gluing it down. I will ink the edges because I don't want those white edges. And I'm actually going to tear this off. You can use it later. A Okay, so I know that one's going on the bottom, so I'm going to glue that one down, and I'll use the glue. I've got new glue because the shop that I buy my glue stick from seems to have decided that it's not going to stock the Scotch Create. It looks like no one in New Zealand is now stocking the Scotch Create glue, so I bought these Pritt sticks from, I don't know, I just went online, and some school supply shop was selling them, and they were down from $7.99, so $8, down to $3.75 or $3.50 or something. So I bought 15, and I'm hoping they're going to be good. I hope that, yeah, they'll be a good glue stick. Right, and then I've got this piece. I think I want to put it up that way so I can see that bit of red there, like that. Okay, I'm making a big mess, but that's okay. All the glue sticks are different sort of firmness and texture, so you've got to get used to how hard to press. The Scotch Create one was quite squidgy and mushy. Okay. I think that's how it was going, and then I think the Christmas tree goes there, and my 25 is going to go over the top. Yep, I think that will be good. So let's just go with it. So yeah, using your scraps is always a good thing, especially if you've printed out a whole lot of stuff to make a project and you haven't used as much of it as you thought, or you've got a whole lot of leftovers. Then often collaging a tag or journaling cards is a great way to use up those scraps, I think anyway. I had printed out quite a lot and I know that last Christmas I printed out a whole kit and I didn't end up using it, or pretty much a whole kit, yeah, and it's still sitting there now and I still haven't used it, so try not to do that now. Oh, I kind of want more of that Christmas tree, don't I? Yeah, so lift that up. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Cool. And I like this piece that says Old Christmas, but we could put maybe that on the back. All right, now where are we at? Oh gosh, I need to probably get a bit of a move on. Okay, so our little charm, I have that sitting somewhere. Okay, so I found this tiny little photo that I've mounted on some board. I think this is some old sort of divider stuff. It's kind of thick. Now, what I want to do is make a little tag out of it, but I want to put something on the back, and I quite like this. So I'm going to glue this on the back, and I'm hoping that it will stick all right. I might use a bit of this and a bit of the art glitter glue right up to the edge if I can. So yeah, I'm just going to cover the back. Just with whatever, just pop it on. We kind of need that to dry a little bit. So in the meantime, we can put a hole in the top of our tag. And we need to decide whether we want to put an eyelet or something in there. And also we haven't done the back. I love this manuscript paper on the back of tags and as pages in my journals. It's one of my favorite things, and this was not a vintage one. Well, if it was white paper, so I put it through a tea bath and I love how it looks. So I'm just going to tear it. So I've got something to go on the back of here. And I mean, it's perfectly fine as it is. It doesn't actually have to have anything. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but anyway, I am. I'm just going to tear that out like that. Something to do while this dries. Okay, and then where are we? We want this up the right way. I think I want it that way. No, I want it that way. Okay. That's the back. Just got some ripped sort of edges, which I like. There we go. Ooh, that's getting a bit sticky. I think I'm just going to put an eyelet in the top of this because time is pressing on. I was wondering if I had a gold. I've got a gold sort of smaller one. I've got some red ones here which I never use, but I guess Christmas is the perfect time. So I might just use that. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to just find the center. So that's about there. Use my crocodile to make a hole. Pop my eyelet in. Sure I've got the right settings there. Give it a squish. There we go. Now, how's our little dangle going? Okay, so I need to cut this paper off. I'm going to use a knife and I'm going to try not muck it up. Excuse my dirty mat. This is just the one I do all my cutting on, and so does get quite dirty. So I'm just going to slice the paper around the edges and hope that it looks all right on the back. I hope this is going to work. Sometimes your practice runs go better than your real thing because I don't know, I guess when you're videoing you want it to turn out really well, and then sometimes it doesn't. So I've got a little sanding block and I kind of want to sand it down these edges. And yeah, this probably needed to dry a bit more, but we'll just hope that it works out. And then I'm going to cut it into a tag shape, I think. I almost want it to be a little bit smaller, but I'm nervous about taking any more off. We could take a little bit off the side. No, I'm not going to. Right, now I need to cut it into the tag shape that I want. Okay, and then I'm going to ink in here to darken up that bit. Where it's all glued together. And then I am going to try and do some gold around it. So let's see. Hopefully this will work. So I'm using some patinating wax. Oh, that's probably a little bit much. This is called Empire Gold. And I do just use my finger for something like this. Maybe a cotton bud or a tiny brush would work better. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, I'll go around the edges and then I'll be right back. Okay, it's probably a little bit messier than I would like, but I've managed that. And the other thing you could use, so I bought this Versacolor ink, gold ink. You could probably just swoosh that around the sides, edges as well. It might actually turn out to be a little bit more controlled. Right, I'm going to make a little hole at the top. There we are, and a little jump ring. Got some gold thread here, which I'm just gonna put through. I'm hoping it won't slip through the jump ring. Sometimes these jump rings don't meet perfectly, but you could use a little bit of chain. That would be nice. I'm just going to tie that in a knot. And get some sari ribbon. And I'm just going to push that through. Oh, might be a bit wide, this one. Kind of like the big wideness of it. So, and then I'm going to pop this over. Might be a bit long actually. Anyway, we can fix that after. Then I'm going to try and tie this in a bow that looks reasonable. Which that doesn't. Might be a bit wide. Sometimes if you tie your bow upside down, it works out better. Okay, no, we're struggling with the bow today. Never mind. Okay, and then you can pull that a bit up a bit like that and make this knot maybe closer to the, anyway, let's not waste time faffing around with that. So there's our little tag. Let's hope it fits in our envelope. There we go. So there's a collage tag left, done with your scraps, to put in here to write on. You can tuck it away, you can send it away to someone for Christmas, put it in your journal. So yeah, it's a little bulky at the top, so you could put something else on the top if you wanted to. Yeah, that's probably a little bit too bulky. I've made it a bit tall, but you could take the bottom off. That's not a problem. That can easily be fixed. Right. Okay. Whew, we did it. I didn't really want this to be so long. It's amazing how fast the time goes when you're having fun. I wanted to do the floating pocket. I might have to do a separate video for that because, you know, I know there's so many videos to watch. So there we go. There's my little project, or one of them, and I will come back and do the others. So we've got our tag and our beautiful envelope with our Christmas photos of old. So yeah, you can print these really small, you know, so however many to a page to get them tiny like that. And then you have a little charm that you can put on your journal, on a tag, anywhere. So there you go. There's my Christmas photos of old project. An envelope, which is pretty usual for me, but I do love envelopes in my journals and I love popping things in them. You can turn it into a flip, you can tuck it in a pocket, or you can use it independently and send it to someone for a happy mail. Thanks so much. I hope you've enjoyed that and you found a little bit of inspiration. If not, go and watch all the other videos because there's plenty of inspiration to be had. Follow the hashtag. If you make something, use the hashtag. and yeah, get involved. And yeah, a Merry Christmas, even though it's a wee way away yet. It's time to probably start thinking about it. Happy days. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'd love you to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this, because it helps other people find me on YouTube. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys.